I'm Cameron Chehreh, Vice President and General Manager of Public Sector at Intel. When I think of how Intel's technology improves autonomous systems, we've entered a new era. With the advent of multi-chip packaging, systems on a chip, things are getting smaller as we move on our process nodes towards this journey of 18A. And it's fascinating. What it's allowing us is this whole new realm of opportunity on autonomous systems. When I can bring more capability in a smaller form factor, it's allowing me the opportunity to automate more facets of autonomous systems. Today, we work with farmers. We create autonomous farming vehicles, autonomous farming capabilities that really allow the farmers better precision in the application of things like seed, but also pesticide and other aspects of farming to gain that efficiency necessary to really produce extraordinary outcome from these autonomous vehicles. The key is doing it with safety and security around human intervention, human interaction. So being able to create these multi-chip packages or chiplets and systems on a chip, and the amount of technology and power we can put on these is just simply extraordinary. So the benefits when we think about size, weight, and power, and bringing more capability, such as CPU and GPU or even more memory into this one consolidated unit, is going to have a profound effect on autonomous vehicles moving forward. When I think of scalability and performance in complex mission systems, especially at the tactical edge, power becomes a significant issue, size becomes an issue, because as we know in mission environments, power is a premium, power generation is at a premium. So when I think of our technologies, and our company thinks of our technologies in these mission environments, we always think of the tactical edge back to from the foxhole back to Washington is really what we talk about is that formula. So being able to do things in very small, but yet powerful capabilities that don't generate or need to generate a lot of power in the field is crucial and important when we think of mission execution. Whether I think of the next generation mail vehicle, delivery vehicle for the United States Postal Service, or if I'm doing something that's measuring the body temperature, health, and well-being of a soldier while on the battlefield. All these types of technologies are extremely critical when you think of how you scale, but also the efficiency required in your products to ensure that you're getting every ounce of capability within the precious power that's generated at the tactical edge. I'm extraordinarily proud of the progress we've made in the GPU space. And when I think of deep models for AI or large language models for AI, it's extraordinarily important, not just the training of these models, but more important, the delivery of these models, and then keeping these models in check. When I think of the delivery and performance, and we think of real-time analytics to be able to inform decision makers, it becomes vitally important, the performance of driving to that outcome in the decision making. When I think of a 3-5x performance improvement on these large language models, with the amount of data points they have to crunch, time is of the essence when we think of situational awareness. In a battlefield situation, it's the difference between getting inside your adversary's OODA loop, to use an Air Force term, and making sure that you can produce that OODA loop quite faster than your adversary themselves. So being able to do AI, autonomy, and all this decision making at the speed of mission relevance becomes absolutely critically important. One of the things that I think is critical at Intel, and one of the transformations we're driving in public sector, is how we engage not only with our end mission customers, but the entire partner ecosystem. Intel historically has been an ingredient brand. So that critical last mile getting capability into the warfighter or the first responders or civil servants' hands is vitally important. And we see our ecosystem partners in that engagement as critical. We bring a complete consultative selling methodology as we look at our technology we call the ads process. This process is really important. Although we're very proud of our technology, we recognize it's how the technology is implemented and used in this user-centric manner to drive the maximum amount of mission capability and mission value. So engaging across the ecosystem with our partners, whether they be distribution, value-added resellers, defense industrial-based partners, it's vitally important that we engage with the entire ecosystem to understand one critical thing, and that's mission relevance at the speed of mission. And although that sounds like a very cheeky term at times, when you think of the entire ecosystem of partners and what it takes to bring capability into the mission's hands, that timeline can be extraordinary. Being able to engage in a consultative manner creates that vital, necessary common thread along that temporal landscape to be able to get capability faster into our end customers' hands. As I look out into the future and I look at these technological trends that are really hitting us and hitting the shores of us as human beings now, AI is one of those trends that's going to have an absolutely profound effect on us. Matter of fact, it's already having an effect without us even realizing it. When we think of how we interact with our smartphones or our tablets, or more importantly, our PCs, using AI to do things like tune the way our PCs perform or tune the way they ingest power to get this more green and carbon neutral type of footprint is extraordinarily profound. It's already leaking into aspects of our life that we just don't have any idea. So AI, in my mind, is one of these really extraordinary technologies that is seamless but will enhance the human potential, which is always very important, especially when you apply it for good. The other technologies that I'm extraordinarily excited about is quantum and what happens with quantum computing and post-quantum. I've always been a big space nut and space fan. I've also been a fan of science fiction. What is extraordinarily fulfilling for me, especially working at a company like Intel, is how far we're advancing the areas of science and space exploration, the advancement of being able to cure disease with mankind, and all the different things that ail us as a species on the planet. When I look at quantum and its effect to be able to start solving these problems faster to improve the quality of life of every person on the planet, these two technologies combined are going to have such a profound effect on us. I'm excited for the day where I can actually get on a starship and go visit Mars. Intel's technology has always brought capability to the mission environment. It's always started with Intel. When I think of our founders and the profound effect they've had on the world, like Gordon Moore as an example, and Moore's Law, we're just beginning to experience what Moore's Law can genuinely bring into a mission environment. When I think of the invention of the transistor all those years ago, I don't ever think that our founders could imagine that our transistors and our technology and capability would be embedded in things like autonomous vehicles, robotics, and machines that aided humans in the delivery of mission. Whether the mission was a civil servant, a first responder, a warfighter on the battlefield, all of these capabilities become extraordinarily critical. With the quality of the technology becomes critical, your size, your weight, your power, how you think about the mission environment is absolutely extraordinary, can be daunting at times. And I'm very proud to say that for the last 50 years, it all started with Intel, building these mission environments and capabilities, whether it's from the very tactical edge in the foxholes, all the way back to enterprise capabilities in data centers around the world. We're powering just about everything in the future generations of technology that are here today, but have also been dreamt up for tomorrow, like artificial intelligence, how we secure the infrastructure for cybersecurity, and most importantly, what's about to hit us with quantum. I'm extraordinarily excited.